Skippy sank in lava. Corwin turned to slime. They could both see what was coming, but they couldn't pray in time. Pinky fought a soldier ant that crawled out of his backpack. They were all in love with dying. They were doing it in Nethack. Bertha swung Mjolnir like a Valkyrie in the rain. Then she lost her mind in Sokoban. A flare ate her brain.
Thank you, Rob Alder, for that cogent analysis. Hi, it's Dymock-Johnson's talking about meaningful death prompted by Chalice and Chains and Dark Age of Roleplay. Do you come on my adventures? Well, you can probably tell by my age. I'm probably an older gamer. I'm an old school gamer. The world that your characters live in will be dangerous. It will be horrible. Their horrors will abound in it. Terrible things will happen to you. Horrible things. And death is one of those horrible, horrible things that can happen that might leap out and strike you down at any moment. But are those deaths meaningful? Or are they meaningless? Is the fact that your character got pincushioned by goblins meaningful? Well, it's certainly meaningful for the goblins. I mean, their ambush volley worked. They're probably infused by your being struck down and might press the attack. Or your fellow PCs might be dismayed and disheartened. They were on this adventure. Perhaps they were suspecting it would be like something their characters had heard in stories or tales from bards. Bards. But now they're finding out the grim and gritty reality is that, well, volley of arrows from goblins, they could kill you. You could take an arrow in the throat and go down. You're just going to be an arrow in the knee and you're going to be a town guard for the rest of your life. Take an arrow in the throat and you're going to be worm food. That's pretty meaningful. It's always meaningful for the player. The player learns something. Often they learn to be a lot more cautious. They learn not to do a thing. The player of the character whose character got shanghaied and dragged off to manned slave galleys learned not to follow people down dark alleys anymore. The player who wandered down against the best advice of his fellow PCs down the flesh-lined halls that turned out to be the warren and labyrinth of a mind flayer, and looked into its reflecting pool and was hypnotized and drawn into it and then implanted and became a mind flayer. They learn not to go down dark flesh-covered halls all by themselves just because it sounded cool. They don't do that again. Hopefully the player who 3 weeks ago leapt into the jaws of Beholder and then got swallowed to that hideous extra-dimensional realm where Beholders come from, learn not to do that. Maybe you should not do that. Maybe those inconsidered choices should not be made. They will learn. They will evolve. The next character along hopefully won't make such a silly decision. Useful. Meaningful. Again, that encounter, the players learned maybe Beholders are a lot more frightening and terrible than everyone told us they were. Even though the NPCs told them that who knew about Beholders, what little they knew, that they were terrible, that they were floating evil abominations from beyond time and space with many magical eyes. But those magical eyes were valuable. The jelly, the vitreous humour, if you will, of a beholder, its main eye has many magical properties. The smaller eyes, the beam rays, they have many magical properties. And I think the players heard the words magical properties and very valuable, and I'll pay a lot for those, and ignored the bits about, well, how they describe the eye of total destruction, which one of the players met. And I think there's only boots left of that character. But it's meaningful. They learned. They decided, these eye beams are terrible. Let's go back. And let's get some people who can deal with this. I mean, they sort of poured through the player's handbook and thought, what we really need is a paladin and a cleric. The paladin can have their cool aura. which can buff up our saving throw, and the cleric can throw down a bless spell, and we can have even better saving throws, and then maybe we can take on this beholder, not get disintegrated, and we won't jump into us more, so we'll get devoured into another dimension. We have learned, we have evolved, we have moved on. So there's that, there's learning. And then the adventure should be dangerous. Death is a fail state, but it's often a fail state made not just with one dice roll, as many people seem to detract. I failed my saving throw, now I'm dead. No, your death was in the making. The example of the character got disintegrated. They heard about beholders. They decided they'd go beholder hunt because they were big, they were bad, they were tough, they were mean. They had taken on trolls, so they'd been the trolls. They had taken on drow. They had fought Migos and fungus men, and now they'd heard about beholders. Yeah, we could take them. And they were warned about how deadly they were. But they decided they would go and get it. And they researched how would you find beholders. Well, I told them, their eye of total destruction can carve out solid rock, but a beholder's tunnels will always be perfectly smooth because they are perfectionists. And they thought, so this is what we are looking for. And we'll search through the warrens and we'll find this area. So they had to find it, and they did. They rolled to find it, and they found it. They found the place, and then they found the mad beholder cultists, and they talked to them. They interacted with them, and then someone decided to steal the big gem of the idol to the great beholder god. And then all hell went loose and fighting occurred, and that attracted the beholder. Well, again, all choices. And then battle with the beholder occurred, and eye beams all went off left, right, and centre. And eventually the eye of total destruction got to focus on the... I think it was a warlock. Got to focus on the warlock, and the warlock went away as he failed a saving throw. But it wasn't just one roll, it was a series of rolls, series of decisions that led there. And now, pre-warned and pre-alerted by the tales of the survivors, they have gone back. And they're facing us again, armed with extra knowledge. But wondering, at the back of their minds also, what the hell's Beholder doing under the city? What is it doing here? How is it attracting people? Because, even though we are playing a very old school type game, there is story, there is machinations, there are dark things rising. They have heard of Mother Hydra. They have heard of Nethack. And Scalaris the worm is after them, for they have stolen from his treasure hoard. Because they did encounter a dragon at 3rd level. The dragon's asleep on its hoard, and they snuck in. They found a few jewels scattered at the edges from previously dead adventurers. And they got away. But now the worm is after them. They've encountered his agents, dragon men, who are seeking after the treasures. The dragon men have found them. And now they've survived. The dragon men survived that encounter and got back. So now the worm is after them. All, as you would say, random encounters, random things. They even rolled for being the dragon's asleep or not. And it was. They did not wake it. But the story has emerged. The tale of the one character who has survived throughout the entire campaign. He's got quite a tale to tell, even if he is just a shiftless motor hobo on a quest to try and bring safety to the swamp where he came from. His story is very interesting. It's been a tale of troll allies, orc friends, evil drows, mad dragons, pursuing vengeable dragon men, crazy Migo, a mad warlock, and now a beholder. So, yes, there is a lot of meaning in that, and also the deaths that have happened along the way. Thank you.